Now, you may know the phrase, it's a bit like Groundhog. Do you feel Groundhog Day?
6:15 on a Sunday morning.
Sitting next to me
Here we
after
are
10
again.
years.
It's lovely to have your company too.
Today actually is Groundhog Day, not just for me and Roger.
Yeah, the annual event, of course, was made famous by the 90s Hollywood film. Although I must admit, I just confessed to Nina, I've never actually watched it. It takes place in Pennsylvania on February the 2nd, when the revered groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, predicts the weather.
So Phil has been forecasting since 1887. That is one heck of a shift, Phil. But scientists in the US have warned that he's likely to be off the mark this year.
They've concluded. Well, this is setting Matt Taylor up brilliantly. Only 35% of Phil's forecasts have been accurate.
So Phil is apparently whispers to his handler whether he saw his own shadow. If he sees his own shadow, that predicts whether there will be 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring.
I'm loving it. They've got the cheerleaders.
I can't believe it's not that accurate.
No.
Seems so scientific.
Yeah. So, Phil... Matt, you can just whisper to your handler what you think it's going to be like.
Where is your handler this morning?
He doesn't let me talk to him, to be honest. But and a little spoiler, it is not the same groundhog that's been there since 18 whatever.
No, really?
No, funny, isn't it? But yeah, much better trust your meteorologist, eh? But just let's go to Pennsylvania. This is where Punxsutawney is. He could see his shadow this morning. Not a lot of cloud around to begin with, but cloud will increase. It's just a question of how quickly that cloud rolls in. As for us here in the UK, I don't think we're quite done with winter yet. There are signs things could get colder and a little bit wintry later next week and into the week beyond.
But he's been forecasting since 1887, looking very well on it. But scientists in the US have warned that he's likely to be off the mark this year because only 35% of Phil's forecasts have been accurate.
Yeah. If you remember, in the film, Phil's supposed to announce the weather that he saw... he's supposed to announce whether he saw his own shadow, that's weather with a W and an H, predicting either 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. So
the groundhog is meant to whisper to their handler whether they saw the shadow or not. It sounds like a scientific foolproof measure to me.
It does. Punxsutawney Matt has just been whispering to his handler.
You know what?
You've even got it on the map for us.
If I ever see my shadow in the UK these days, I think I'm doing well. The sun is out. That's a good sign. I've just been looking at the observations, actually. There are some clear skies in Punxsutawney at the moment, so he could well see shadow. Winter may continue, but this cloud out towards the west is starting to edge its way in. So will he get to see it or not? Who will decide? I certainly trust my local meteorologist than a fairy creature there.